And please welcome Dr. Joel Jenswald, the Director of the School of International Studies.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. My name is Joel Jenswald. I'm the Director of Academic Programs for the School of International Studies here at Oklahoma State University. The School of International Studies is a program that was launched in 1999 when there was a reorganization of international activities and programming here on campus. We do a lot of things in the School of International Studies. We do support for faculty programs from around campus. We host sometimes international visiting scholars. We support international scholars that other departments and colleges are hosting. Sometimes it's something as simple as providing them with orientation or assistance with housing, or even getting a pass to the Colvin Center. For those of you that are not from here, that's the recreational facilities here on campus. Sometimes it's more complicated. Sometimes we do programming for them. We also manage an undergraduate minor in interdisciplinary international studies. We have our own programs on an episodic basis. We've had programs with universities in Chile and Kazakhstan and Mexico. Occasionally we do our own study abroad programs, either short-term or longer-term relationships with different institutions around the world, or at least in particular corners of the world. We also manage scholarships. We manage scholarship opportunities for students that want to go study abroad. This is separate from the scholarships and activities that our study abroad office manages. We have travel grants, which are at behest of a very generous donor, the Don and Kathy Humphreys International Travel Grants, which are administered out of the Academic Programs Office here at the School of International Studies as well. We also have some freestanding programs which we've developed and sort of help manage. For example, right now we have a brand new program in International Disaster and Emergency Management, which is a graduate certificate program which we do in conjunction with the Disaster and Emergency Management program here on campus. And just this last year, actually starting in January, we launched a brand new program in Iranian and Persian Gulf Studies. And I'd like to take just a minute and introduce you to Dr. Pedram Khosrownejad, who joined us just in January. And we have a long list of programs underway for promoting Iranian and Persian Gulf studies here on campus, and they've proven to be very popular. And Dr. Khosrownejad comes to us from France, which is his most recent appointment, but he's worked pretty much all over the world, including Japan, not just in Europe. Of course, he's well connected back in Iran. And he's also a member of St. Anthony's College of Oxford University in the UK, and will be launching a study abroad program dealing with Iranian and Persian Gulf studies. So this is just to give you an idea of some of the sorts of things we're up to here and some of the directions we're going. So it's a variety of activities. You know, we do support for other things other people are doing on campus. We have some of our own programs. We do support for study abroad. We host, sometimes on our own, sometimes just in a support role, visitors from other countries. But the crown jewel, the centerpiece of the School of International Studies is the graduate program. And the graduate program was founded in 1999. And it's been very successful. And that's what we're here for tonight, because tonight we're here to celebrate the graduation of this semester's group of students from the graduate program here in the School of International Studies, who will be receiving their Master of Science degrees in International Studies this evening over in Gallagher-Iba Arena later tonight. And this is our spring hooding ceremony. We do a hooding ceremony because we felt it was worth recognizing our graduates. If you go to the Gallagher-Iba event later on this evening, you'll notice that only the PhD candidates are actually hooded at the large ceremony anymore. And that was a policy decision that was taken some time ago, quite a while ago actually, in order to save time and to make that program more manageable. Our graduates will still go there. They'll still receive their diploma covers and the congratulations from the university officials and so forth, but we don't hood them in that venue anymore. And this is worth doing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why we feel that's worth doing in just a minute. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about what these people go through. This is in some ways a uniquely demanding academic program. The students that in our program, the people who are graduating here today, go through the same courses as people in what you might consider more traditional academic disciplines. So our students who specialize in, let's say, international business or international trade sit in the exact same courses in the business school that the MBA students and the other business school students do. The students who want to do human nutrition or human educational development sit in the exact same courses and rub shoulders with the students in those programs. College of Human Sciences, in the case of nutrition, College of Education in the case of international education, and so forth. So they're all over campus. What this means is that they do not have the security that most graduate students have. Most graduate students have a home department with a set group of faculty members whom they get to know, interact with, and kind of can embed themselves in that particular academic culture. Our people don't have that luxury. It takes a little bit of courage to do that. It's a little bit scarier than going and finding a home, building kind of an academic nest in a particular department. It takes a little bit of vision too. And so we're particularly proud of our students because they deal equally well, and in many cases significantly better, than the students they deal with and work with in what you might regard as more traditional programs and courses or departments. I've had faculty members from all over campus approach me. This happens without me soliciting this, and tell me that they are very happy with our students, not just because of the quality that they see, but because of what our students bring to their classrooms. A perspective and an orientation, a point of view, and kind of a global experience, or at least orientation, that is often not otherwise apparent. So it's an interdisciplinary program, and it's a true interdisciplinary program, and that carries certain challenges, and it takes a certain amount of courage and a certain amount of vision. You can't do this without the support of dedicated faculty members. The School of International Studies here at Oklahoma State relies upon the willing cooperation of interested and engaged faculty members from all over campus. And do you know what we can reward them with for this? Nothing. Nothing. Except the satisfaction of working with our students and sort of bringing that dimension into their classroom and the experience for their other students as well. So it doesn't work except with the active engagement with really no promise of any kind of tangible reward from faculty members in all the different colleges and all the different programs around campus. And so we're very grateful to those people for dealing with our students and for taking them on, for participating in our programs. We have some of them here with us tonight. If I start naming people, I'll miss somebody, and that's always dangerous. So I'll just say you know who you are, and we'll leave it at that. But we do have some of them representing tonight as well. So thank you for those of you who are engaged in these with our people here. I do want to take just a minute before we proceed and introduce a couple of people that I've noticed on stage here with me and also out in the audience. Joining me on stage, the students already know Janet Heron, who is our graduate advisor. And off to my immediate left here, your right, is Dr. Craig Waters. And Dr. Waters is emblematic of the type of faculty member I was just talking about. He's the executive director of the Riata Center for Entrepreneurship in the Spears School of Business here on campus. He's also the Stevenson Chair in the School of Entrepreneurship and the International Entrepreneurship Chair. And he's very active internationally, and he's taken a very active role in mentoring some of our students who are interested in international entrepreneurship. And as I said, he's joining us on stage tonight because he'll be hooding one of the candidates for whom he is the advisor. If you look at the program, you'll see that I'm listed as the advisor of just about everybody. That's an accident. We actually have faculty advisors for our students, and Dr. Waters is here tonight to hood his student. It's sort of an accident of circumstance that the group graduating tonight have all kind of identified me as their advisor, but that's normally we have people from various departments and programs around campus who are better represented, but that is, Dr. Waters has certainly been active, and we're very grateful for his participation and support. And then off to my far right is Dr. David Henneberry. Dr. Henneberry is the Associate Vice President for International Studies and Outreach here at Oklahoma State University, and the School of International Studies is a component of the Division of International Studies and Outreach. So he's basically my ringmaster, which I think keeps him busy, but we'll leave that at that. And we're glad to have him join us tonight as well. A couple of other people I've noticed that I just want to point out quickly. Dr. Celeste Tabor is at the back table. She is the university registrar. Which means she gets to put up with my requests for strange sorts of registrations and those sorts of things. So we're grateful that she likes us enough to continue to come and attend. So thank you, Celeste. And I've noticed Dr. Sarah Gordon. Sarah still here? She leave? Well, Dr. Sarah Gordon was here, and she's the director of a University Assessment and Testing Office. And so we were happy to see her here as well. And there's one other individual I'd like to point out who's joining us this evening. At the back table is Mr. Jim Reese. Mr. Reese is the State Secretary of Agriculture for the state of Oklahoma, and he's also a member of the OSU Board of Regents, so we're delighted to have him join us this evening, and thanks for coming. Well, our program here, our student body, is almost half and half at any given time, split between U.S. students and students from different countries. And at any given time, we usually have between a dozen and as many as 20, 22, 24 different countries represented in our program. And you'll see that tonight. In fact, the flags on the stage behind me represent the home countries of the students who are graduating here this evening. So it's a very diverse group. And within our program, there are lots of opportunities to mingle and get involved with people from different cultures and with different traditions. I like to tell folks that it's one of the best places on campus to have a genuine international experience without ever having to actually go anyplace. So it's a delightful group, and they're quite sociable. They spend quite a lot of time getting to know each other and taking advantage of the opportunity to diversify their outlooks and their backgrounds, not just in class, but by dealing with each other and getting to know each other as well, and extended families as well. In any case, today we celebrate the accomplishments of the group that we have this spring. And we do this by dressing up in outfits that you really can't use for anything else except maybe a Halloween party. Unless you're expecting a judicial appointment, I guess, or open a new church, I don't know. So we celebrate a nod to the late departed Prince. We set up the party like it's 1599. Why? Well, because academic regalia has significance. It's laden with symbolism, and if you look carefully at it, you'll notice that just about everything about academic regalia means something. Even the cuts of the gowns vary between undergraduates, masters, and doctorate. We're PhDs up here, so we get these nifty chevrons and, felt panels and stuff like that. If you notice our graduates this evening, and if you go to the Gallagher-Iba event as well, you'll notice lots of different kinds of things. You notice I'm wearing a little bling here. And you'll see people wearing cords, sometimes sashes. The things that they put on top of the mortar boards, that's not official. But everything else means something. Usually it denotes membership in some or another kind of honorary society, or some or another kind of academic or activity distinction. But of all these things, of all the medallions, sashes, honors cords, the whole lot of it, the single most meaningful is the academic hood, because that's the true symbol of advanced academic accomplishment. And that's why, as I said a little while ago, we take time out to have a special ceremony to hood our graduates. This is what designates an advanced academic accomplishment. And there's variation there as well. You'll notice, for example, those of us on stage are wearing hoods that are somewhat more elaborate than what our graduates will have. That's because we're PhDs. The colors vary as well. The colors, the interior colors are always the color of the granting institution. And so our graduates' colors will all be orange and black. Even the gold trim that you see on their hoods denotes something, in this case a Master of Science degree, as opposed to a Master of Arts or some other Master of Fine Arts or some others. And we think that this is worth recognizing. We think this is worth making a big deal out of. And that's why we have a separate hooding ceremony. And that's why we're here tonight, to acknowledge our graduates for their accomplishment by actually bestowing their hoods in a more formal setting. So we appreciate your being here. I thank you all for coming. And at this point, I'd like to turn the floor over to Dr. David Hannaberry for a couple of remarks.
Well, it's a pleasure to address this group today, and I feel fortunate because I have all of our graduates sitting right in front of me, and what a great group of people that is. And I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. And let's just kind of slow that down for a second, because I really mean congratulations. There aren't very many things that you can do at this stage in your life that you're going to talk about and be proud of for the rest of your life. But one of those is getting a master's degree, and you just did that. And so we're so proud of your achievement. It's great to see. And remember, you can go and start a business and run into trouble and file bankruptcy, and they can take everything away from you, but they can never take your degree. You still have that. And it's something you can carry with you for the rest of your life. We are just about to start, as a country, a year of presidential election. Actually, I'd say we're pretty well into it already. And I really like the election years because of the fact that it brings to light all these different issues, and people start talking about their opinion on this and opinion on that. And I think that one thing that's very important, very apparent, is that so many of the issues that loom important in this presidential election cycle are internationally oriented. You look at immigration, trade policy, trade agreements, tariffs, quotas, embargoes, all the different things that people are talking about. And this group in front of you has studied international studies at the graduate level, and I think that's going to serve them very well in the future. These are critically important issues to have a good grasp of, to have studied, and I think that time will tell, and these graduates will show that they're going to have the most exciting lives and most awesome careers because of what they have chosen to study here at Oklahoma State University. The institution of OSU is a very international university. We just finished a report on international travel at the university, and one of the things that we do here in our division is to support the travel of OSU employees when they're overseas. If we need to have a memorandum of understanding or clarify the relationship between our institution and the institution we're working with in another country, we assist with that and other things that come up as a result of the travel of OSU employees. Well, last year we had over 1,200 international trips on the part of OSU employees and some students. But that's not including the large number of students that participate in our study abroad programs. And so if you think about it, that's on average, that's 100 people a month that OSU has overseas. And that generates a lot of international involvement on the part of the university. And it would take too long to answer the question of what are they all doing. But what I can say is that we have a lot of research scientists and a lot of academicians whose fields have become inherently international. And if you want to stay at the cutting edge of your research in today's world, that must be done at an international level. And so our faculty and staff are participating in the conferences and research activities and outreach activities that make a truly international institution. And so the students in front of me today will proceed forward with careers that are going to be enhanced and improved by their knowledge of international studies. And we're so proud of every one of you, and I look forward to that moment just a few minutes from now when you walk up on this stage and we confer the degree to each and every one of you, because you've earned it through your hard work and excellent academics.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Before we proceed with the hooding, we have a couple of awards I'd like to bestow. Now, the School of International Studies has a separate awards ceremony in April where we award our scholarships and different kinds of awards and recognitions, mostly to students. We have two that we hold back for this. And one is our Outstanding Faculty Award. Every year, the School of International Studies identifies an outstanding faculty member from this group I was talking about earlier, who in that particular year has kind of gone above and beyond what even they normally do to support us, and in particular to support our students. And so it's my distinct pleasure tonight to announce that this year's School of International Studies Outstanding Faculty recipient is Dr. Dale Lightfoot. Dr. Lightfoot received his PhD in geography from the University of Colorado Boulder. He came to Oklahoma State University in 1994. He's been 16 years the department head of the Department of Geography here at OSU, and he takes a particular delight in field work, what he calls dusty boots work. He travels to, I think he's been pretty much all over the world. I would like to have his frequent flyer miles. More than 100. Hello? Is this working? Good. More than 130 countries. Recent projects have included Cyprus, Tunisia, Spain, Iraq. He's received funding from USAID, National Geographic, and UNESCO for his work. And in addition to his own activities and work abroad, he has led student groups as a leader of what we call faculty-led study abroad programs. Recently, he's been in Mexico, Honduras, Morocco, Iran, Azerbaijan, Vietnam, and just this last spring, Cuba, which is opening up to people. He's shown consistent commitment to the internationalization of the campus, and he's been a particularly strong supporter of the School of International Studies and its activities. He serves on our faculty program committee for this department and program, and he's been an advisor for many of our students over the years, very often taking on thesis projects, which are really difficult in an interdisciplinary context, and he's just been a stalwart about that. He's been the recipient of the OSU College of Arts and Sciences Junior Faculty Award for Scholarly Excellence, OSU International Faculty Excellence Award, Middle East Outreach Council Middle East Book Award, National Council for Geographic Education Distinguished Teaching Achievement Award. So this is nothing new for him. But I take great pleasure in adding the School of International Studies to that list. And so please join me in congratulating Dr. Dale Lightfoot. Dale, we have an award here. Our second award and final award before we get to the hooding is our Outstanding Student Award. And in addition to the scholarships and fellowships that we award at our other ceremony, we identify an outstanding student, someone who we think up in the office has just distinguished themselves by going the extra mile, so to speak, or taking the extra step. And we don't announce this one in advance. So nobody knows who's getting this until I state the name in a second here. It's a surprise. So our student, and it's always one of our graduating students, so our outstanding student from this graduating class for the School of International Studies is Fernanda Ramirez Saenz. Who came to us in the summer of 2014 from Monterey Tech, Chihuahua campus in Mexico. She has a particular interest in resource management, sustainability issues, geography, politics, and in addition to her academic work, she's worked on campus, most recently in the Study Abroad office for us. She's been active in our student organization, Student Association of Global Affairs, or SAGA. She's been an officer. I believe she was the Director of Public Affairs, which means I guess she does publicity, which has been very good. And Fernanda will be joining the geography department as a PhD student in the fall. So we'll be having her around. We're pleased to be able to say that. I might also note that Fernanda is an accomplished singer. So if you coax her real hard, you might get a song out of her at some point. And with that, I'd like to turn the floor over to Janet Herron, who will get us organized for the hooding itself.
If our graduates will please rise, please have your hoods with you, and you guys are going to back up. So Taylor's going to walk through the photographers, and you guys are going to follow her. Wonderful. Our first graduate is Eduardo Suarez Cervantes, and you might also know him as Lalo, and he will be hooded by Dr. Joel Jenswald. Oh, yeah. Our next graduate is Rocio Fiscal Escobar, and she, clap away. She's going to be hooded by Dr. Waters. Congratulations. Next, we have Anika Islam. She will also be hooded by Dr. Jenswald. Congratulations. And next we have Brandon Neal Jones. Again, hooded by Dr. Jenswald. Congratulations, Brandon. And next, we have Monica Yudadeshgaite. Clap loud. I practiced her name and I butchered it anyways. She told me it would be okay. So you guys will have to forgive me. That was good. Thank you. Congratulations. And next we have Maria Montserrat Vasallo Medina. And next is Abdelghani Masara, also hooded by Dr. Jenswald. Congratulations. Young Win, also hooded by Dr. Jenswald. Congratulations. Mercedes Barreto Pacheco. Quang Pham, also hooded by Dr. Jenswald. Congratulations. Fernanda Ramirez Science. Ignacio Velasco. Congratulations. And last but definitely not least, Miss Taylor Woodall. Wonderful. Congratulations to all of our graduates. And I would like to take a moment just to thank all of the families here and parents and loved ones and everyone watching, because this is my last time at the podium before I hand it over. And just thank everyone watching for letting us have your student here, having them for a few semesters at OSU. We really appreciate it. We're proud of them. I'm proud of them. I just wanted to say that, and we hope you are too. And now I'm going to hand it back over to Dr. Jenswald for the closing remarks.
Thank you, Janet. Could I get all the graduates to rise and turn around, please, for just a moment? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the Spring 2016 class. All right, please be seated. I have just a couple of more things to say, and one of them is to emphasize what Janet just said. You know, nobody does this alone. We've all been there. We understand. It's very challenging, even if you're not traveling halfway around the world and leaving your family and friends. Even if you're a student from here in Oklahoma, it's intimidating. It's scary. Come to a big university, a graduate program, even if you've been a successful undergraduate, and particularly a graduate program of the nature of which I described in my opening remarks. Nobody does this alone. And so we have a deep debt of gratitude, as do our graduates, to the family and friends who've supported them through this. And I'd like to just take a minute and acknowledge you folks as well. I would also like to mention briefly that for one reason or another, we have 4 graduates who have not been able to join us this evening, and I would just like to list them quickly. Maggie Jackson, some of you will know these folks. Wan Hu, who is back in China already. Hung Mao Qi, and Curtis Delozier. So in addition to the group you see before you, we have 4 additional graduates this class who simply could not attend, mostly because they're in other parts of the world at the moment, except for Curtis, who's down in Norman, which I guess qualifies as another part of the world. We won't go there. And for you graduates, as you move ahead to your new adventures in life, we hope that you remember us, and we hope that your memories of your time here are as fond as ours are. Because, again, as Janet said, we are proud of you. We're very proud of you. And we hope that you're proud of your affiliation with us and the university and the program. We also hope that you'll consider supporting us in the future and our efforts here. You know, there's something to be said for helping those who come in your footsteps. But aside from that sort of altruistic motivation, let me suggest to you that supporting the programs here in the university here is also an investment in your own degree. As the reputation of Oklahoma State University spreads, grows, as the prestige expands around the world, as the prestige and recognition of your degree expands, well, that adds value to your degree. And so in a very real sense, supporting us as best you're able in the future is an investment in your own credentials and the lasting value of the degree that you take when you leave us. The program has grown. In my opening remarks, I pointed out some of the things that we're doing, some of the things we're up to. We'll continue to grow. There'll be new opportunities for programs, for study, for students. And we're going to do our level best to make the same sorts of experiences you've had available to others and even improve them. So with that, I'd like to leave you to the rest of the buffet and the rest of the evening. We offer our sincere congratulations. We offer our gratitude and thanks to those of you who've supported our students, and some of you have come a very long distance, I know, to be here with us tonight. We appreciate it. We appreciate your efforts and your support. And we wish you a pleasant evening, a terrific weekend, and safe travels wherever you may be going next. Thank you for your attendance and participation, your attention. And at this point, we'll conclude our formal ceremonies and invite you back to finish off the buffet for us. So thank you again and good evening.